What are some of the things that you notice that are maybe consistently missing in the lives of the youth and the teens that come in to see you guys?
The idea that we're only good if we are successful, and that we're only good if we are passing or achieving, and that we're only a good person in those sort of realms, and otherwise we're not good enough, or we're bad, or we don't deserve, or we're not worthy of, if we're not showing up or giving to somebody else, or showing up in a way that's always like check, check, check. For us, we always say that, even if you fail a test, the only truth about that is that you maybe didn't prepare. You didn't know your information. You need more help. That's it. And you failed the test. That's it. It doesn't mean you're bad. And all of a sudden, we have these young people showing up in this place of like, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. I'm unworthy of love because you didn't pass a test. And there's like a ripple effect that happens there.
Yeah.
So we really try to instill like, no, you're still a really good person, and good people make bad decisions. And it's what we do with those decisions after they've been made.
It's funny, I was just talking about this recently, about how like I actually had the realization of like things like what I've even done as a parent of when my kids will bring a test home and they got a good mark, but it was like maybe 15 out of 20 on their test. I'm like, our instinct is to go, well, what happened there? Like, why did you get those questions wrong? You didn't study enough? Like, you need to study more, that type of thing. And it instantly creates this negative association to the test. Whereas we could look at that in a different way. The way that I help my clients, and I know you help your clients, is like changing that perspective and going, okay, here's a great opportunity now for us to, like, we've now narrowed down where we need more attention in this particular subject. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a great thing that you got these questions wrong, because now we can approach this and like spend a little bit more time. Now we have a kind of like a key to where we need to focus on. Right. And just changing that perspective, oftentimes I've seen in my kids, and even is it changes the way that they look at themselves in that test. Now they're not like, oh, bad on me for getting 5 wrong. It's like, okay, good. Now we know where we need to focus. It's a different feeling around that test now, right?
We often ask, no matter what the score on the test is that you try your best, and are you being honest with yourself? And often it'll be yes or no. And even if it's a 95, did you try your best? They're like, what do you mean, did I try my best? I'm like, did you try your best? No. I'm like, well, why not?
Yeah.
Or yes, right? And then it could be, yeah, I tried my best, but I failed. It's like, okay, then we need to come up with a different, different study task, or whatever that looks like. Something's not working for you. You might need support in a different area, whatever that is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's been all these markers that have been almost put in place for us as we grow up that says this is what worthiness is, and this is what success is. And it's just, markers based off of one system. And what it does is it creates adults that feel that they're not good enough their entire life. And I work with those people, and it can be difficult to convince them that that you actually get to set your own standards for what is good enough and feeling good. And I noticed that was bolded on the Orenda website about teaching kids that they are good enough. And so I thought, that was really important to start instilling that early on, because from what I've seen, it becomes problems for decades and later on in life.